I'm stood in Leeds Kirkgate Market on Butcher's Row. It's famous for its meat, it's famous for its banter, and we stood outside a shop, and it's really fitting that it says reminisce, because we're talking today about days gone by, and this is your original shop, Phil.
That's it. That was the first one, right on the corner. Phil Bennetts, Quality Butchers. We had a big sign above it, quality. Some good times in there.
You came into this market as a 13-year-old boy, full-time. How did you work full-time at 13-year-old?
I think I started actually full-time when I was about 14. I got a Saturday job, and I enjoyed it that much. You know, when I come here, I started earning a full-time wage, got treated like a man. So when I went to school, I just couldn't cope with being taught to like a kid anymore, and I enjoyed it that much, and I could work like a man. And my dad says, you know, like, if you like it that much, you know, I won't behave at school anymore, because I thought I used to do my best to get suspended so I could get down here and work. And I had money, I had clothes, and I just really enjoyed it here. It was a good learning curve.
One thing that really comes through to me when I come down here, I see yourself, I see Neil, it's a real family. It's a real family atmosphere. You really have made friends for life. You met your wife here. What does this market mean to you?
Well, market it's not what it was, but it's still a big part of his life, you know. Probably the best day's work I did with meet our lass in here. You know,
Tell us the story. How did you meet Sam?
Sam used to work on chicken counter around there, so I just, we were all in region one night. I was out on a date with somebody else. I thought I like her. So, yeah, we've been together ever since, and it's good that I've got a wife from the same background, because she's a worker just like I am. Everyone thinks it's Bennett's Butchers, but you know, actually, Sam's got the same work ethics as me, and you know, she's behind every good man there's a good woman, isn't there? And I've got a blinder.
But you've also got Molly and your sister, your mum. We'll talk about your dad later, but tell us where Molly got her name from.
My sister used to work in that shop up there, which was Todd. She worked to a lady called Carol, and for some unbeknown reason, they nicknamed her Molly.
She's called Rachel.
She's called Rachel. That's Leeds market. If you get a name, like after 10 seconds, it sticks with you forever. So her nickname was Molly, and when we had a girl, there was only one name for her, so it's Molly, and that's it. Yeah, and that all come from that shop up there.
I can't quite believe, I remember being a kid, coming up here, my mum dragging me up here, and it was absolute dynamite on here. You come up Butcher's Row, everywhere we're busy, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and look at it. Did you ever think you'd see it like this? And how has it changed over the years, and why? Why are we like this today?
I think there's a multitude of reasons. What you got to remember is 25, 26, 27 years ago when I come in here, there were no Aldis, there were no Lidls, there were no Tesco Expresses, there were available parking at side of market, at bottom of market, and this was the supermarket for Leeds. This is where people come to get the bargains. I think people now are more involved in convenience. Yeah. There were no online. So this was the place where if you needed to feed your family, you come down, you got your bag of meat, you got your bag of veg, you got your fish, and you were done for a week. You could come in here, spend £40, go home bow-legged with bargains, as we used to say, and they cut his arms and legs off in the show that car park. And, you know, it's a shame that it is how it is. It's still a great place to come. In my opinion, when they did market renovation, you know, there were a good friend of mine called Jason Brown who said to him, we should condense the size of it. Yeah. And they were more interested in keeping it as the biggest market in Britain. And I vividly remember Jason saying to him, do you want the biggest or do you want the busiest? Yeah. And in my opinion, the ticket to it have been, condense the size of the market, provide some cheap, if not free, parking for outside for customers who'd spend £20 in Leeds market, and I think that would have been a recipe for a bit of success. Get rid of a few of the inferior quality traders, keep your core traders in, your good traders, and keep it right. But your problem is when you've got councils running businesses, they don't know what they're doing. Do you know, like, I remember I were on actual committee at that time, and I stood on committee to try and fight for what I thought were right for the market. If it had been me, I'd have gone to people like Chris Edwards. I'd have picked 5 or 6 good traders out of market. I'd have picked some past traders who've been a success in market, and I'd have said, right, you come in and you tell us how you think it should work. But councils being councils, they knew better.
Because you started in here with your first shop at age of 20-year-old. So,
yeah,
20
years old.
27 years you've been trading. 20 years you've had your own shops. And you've expanded, you've gone into other areas, into local towns, Morley, where you're from, Pontefract, Cass. And the sad news is today, is that something I never thought would happen. You're leaving Leeds market.
Yeah.
What? That's a huge thing for you. I understand that. So,
Massive.
So why leave Leeds market?
Top and bottom of it is this, it's not trading at the same trade as my other shops. I'm finding people are shopping locally a lot more. The more chimneys around the shop, the busier the shop is. My shop in Albury, Morley, Castleford, Pontefract are all trading a lot higher than this one. My online endeavours are starting to pay off, so people are wanting it delivered to the door as well. And I've also got a new business starting soon, which will soften the blow. So don't get me wrong, I'm so upset about coming out of here, but I have got something else going on that'll massage it a little bit.
It's a tough day for you. It is a tough day for you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But on the 18th, September 18th and 19th, a weekend of trade, you're going to be back in here and you're going to give all your customers the best deals they've ever had. You're going to go back old school.
We're going to absolutely smash it. There's no way I'm coming out here. It's important for me to come out of here winning.
You're winning, you are winning.
I'm coming out.
You're not losing money here.
It's so important for me to come out of here whilst I'm winning. I'm still earning money. I'm not losing money. I need for my own mental state to come out of here a winner, and that's what I'm going to do.
So 18th and 19th, big days.
Gonna smash it.
All your customers back.
Everybody
Come down in. And
you get a bargain and a beer. We're gonna absolutely explode on it. Friday, Saturday, I'm pulling all my favours in. I'm gonna get pallets of gear. We're not gonna make money. We're gonna make friends. That's what we're gonna do. But it'll be my chance to thank everybody and just bang it out.
This is so unique looking out, and it's just such a beautiful building. It's so important, and even if you look at the little Leeds crests in all the ironwork, it's so important to Leeds, this building.
Hey, listen, make no mistake, this place will be here before me, and it'll be here after me. I'm just a pinprick in the history of this place, and I hope that it goes on long, and I hope they get progress, and I hope all traders here carry on and have really successful businesses. But my time's done.
We're going to be doing podcasts, and we're going to be doing loads of content, and this is a bit of a start of that journey, and it's really important we touch on like some key people in your life, and that Eddie. Tell me about Eddie, because Eddie's picture's up in a big frame.
So up until working with Eddie, I want to go for. Go get this, get that, mince this, make them burgers, take that rubbish, and I enjoyed it. I was out and about, and I loved it, and I liked grafting. But Eddie took time to say, listen, no, I'll make them burgers. You bone that out, and if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna show you how to do it properly. Yeah. And it is time where he was coming to the end of his working life, so it was important to him that I learned how to do it properly. Whereas where I worked with the people I worked with before that, they were that busy, and it's no detriment to them at all. All they were interested in were making money, because they'd young families and they'd things to do themselves, and I was just a cog in the watch that made it work. Do you know what I mean? I was just one part of it, but Eddie were more interested in me and making me do the job right, and I try to carry that on every day.
So without Eddie, there'd be no Phil Bennett now?
I wouldn't say there'd be no Phil Bennett, but I know how to do the job right because of that. So, there's levels, and Eddie were old school. He showed me how to do it. And like with my new business venture that's coming in, I'll use a bit of Eddie every single day. Yeah. Look after the customer, cut it right for them. Butchering were almost like being a good joiner to Eddie. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna, I could tie a brisket, and if all knots want in a line, he'd just put a knife straight through it, start again. Wow. Which at the time I used to think, you bastard. But he were right. He were right, and you got to have disciplines. And one of the things I struggle with is being told what to do, because I've worked for myself that long. But Eddie had a way with me where he could make it happen. It was like Mickey and Rocky. I did as I was told. But it were good times, and he'll always have a place in my heart.
Just to finish off, mate, your customers are always welcome out there to your Morley shops, to all your shops and your online as well. You're giving them a 10% discount for all your Leeds shop customers in the big party, 18th and 19th.
Listen, they're all welcome. They're always welcome at any of my shops, but I don't want people to stop coming here. There's a lot of my mates in here that have got businesses, have got to run, and I don't want to be seen to be really promoting don't go to Leeds Market. It's just not my style, and I've got a lot of good friends in here, and this market needs to carry on. Do I think it needs some adjustments? Do I think it needs a bit of work? Then yeah, and if them ever happen, then I'd love to get involved. But for me at the moment, it's when the council are taking more out than they're putting in, it's not good.
Final thing to say, obviously, welcoming everyone back on 18th and 19th. And your
Big party.
Your biggest fan's going to be here as well. She'll call in and see you, that's your mum.
Yeah.
Obviously, really sadly, your dad passed young, and I know how big a part of your life your old mum was. But you looked after your mum. You look after her every single day. She lives with you, and she'll be really proud, won't she?
Yeah. Be a sad day. I come into this market as a 13-year-old lad, and I've never looked back since.